Hello and welcome to our May 28th Alchemy Collective Consciousness Global Meditation. The Alchemy Collective Consciousness is a group of light beings who come across time and space to support a planet and its people at the time of awakening. The Alchemy speaks through our channel Ana-La-Rai, and they have been co-creating with us for 11 years now. My name is Maria, and I am part of the Human Ground Crew who support the Alchemy Collective Consciousness, and I would like to introduce the remainder of the ground crew. So we have Ana-La-Rai, our channel, and her husband Christian, who reside in Vancouver Island, Canada. Sarah La resides in Florida, USA. Paula in Montana, USA. And I'm Maria. I'm currently in Bavaria, Germany. We, the ground crew, all donate our time in divine service for Mother Gaia, but we do have 3D costs to cover stuff like websites and so on. Any donations you would care to make to the Alchemy Collective Consciousness would be mostly appreciated and go towards covering the expenses. And with that, back to Ana-La-Rai. And thank you for joining us today, and I hope you enjoy the meditation. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Welcome, everybody, and coming in, welcome to Greg and Francine and Stephanie. All right, so we're going to get started here. I'm going to let you know about our 20th gathering coming up first, because once we get into the energy of today we're doing part 4 of the Angelic Healing Grid. So everyone that's joining us today, you should have listened to at least part 1, if not 2 and 3. Otherwise today won't make a whole lot of sense. So today is part 4. So on the screen in front of you, just wanting to let you know that we are offering our 20th gathering. And as you heard Maria say, the Alchemy has been co-creating with us for 11 years. So this is our 20th gathering, and up until COVID hit, they were all in person. And then we started doing one a year online, and after COVID went back to doing them at least one a year in online, one in person. And so this one will be at Deerhurst Resort in Muskoka, Ontario, which is 2 to 2.5 hours north of Toronto, Canada. And it's at a beautiful resort. That's a picture of it there, right on a lake that you can swim in. It's in the fall when the weather is beautiful and the leaves are changing colors. We have enough spaces for 20 people at the resort because we've pre-booked the spaces. So the space is limited. And we are going to, the energies, one of the things, it is shared space. So everyone they share a kitchen and a living room. The units have 3 bedrooms each. So most people will have their own bedroom, and 2 people in each unit will share a bedroom with 2 beds in them. And then, yeah, so that we will do meditation every day, and the energy builds every day. And what happened that is very unique is at our last gathering in April, the online gathering, they did not, for the first time in 11 years, close the energies. So they have left the energies of the gathering open and connected it to the 20th gathering. And what they have also shared is because they left the energies open, it is why we are able to do the Angelic Healing Grid right now. Because there literally hundreds and more beings of light come to help co-create and support a gathering. And all of that energy right now is also allowing us to use that energy to support the co-creation of the Angelic Healing Grid. So that is sort of what's happening. And welcome to Carl and Sarah, Anna, Valerie, Addie, Tony, and Colin. And today we're doing part 4 of the Angelic Healing Grid. So if you haven't listened to part 1, Today won't make as much sense. You're still welcome to join us today, but we would invite you to go back and listen to especially part 1, and if you can, part 2 and 3. All right, so let's get connected to the light and just see, feel, or sense as we bring in that pure source light. And as you hear me, you want to see energy shifting. And welcome to Ellen and Karen and Joanna G. And I'm just going to ask everyone to consciously connect with your highest self and consciously connect with Mother Gaia and Karila. And just see before you this beautiful golden disc. And it's the alchemy's travel disc. And so it's larger than a dinner plate. And as you step upon it, just feel as it brings you up, up, up to the alchemy's field. And here you'll see a beautiful field with long grasses and gorgeous wildflowers and big trees on either side. And as you look down the field, you will see a huge, beautiful crystal. It's quartz-like in color and texture. It's the size of an old oak tree. And this is the alchemy's main crystal, their home portal. And we ask everyone to come down. You can either walk or come on your golden disc down around the crystal. And we're going to create the group heart here in a minute. And then we're going to start our process. Greetings, beloved ones. We are the alchemy, and it is our honor and pleasure to be present. We call forth on ribbons the one you know as Ana-La-Rai, on Christian, Karila, and Mother Gaia to step in to the crystal, to step into the crystal, and feel or see now as we bring in a purple, a platinum, a blue, and a green ray to each of them. Each will receive all 4 colors. So this is a new way of connecting here in the 2024 year. And see or feel now as Ana-La-Rai sends out her braid of 4 colors of purple, blue, platinum, and green. We run it down through her, through the crystal, through her heart, and she sends it out directly to your heart now. And just receive. And see or feel now as Christian also has this 4 colored braid of purple, blue, platinum, and green, and it comes down through Christian's body. He sends it out to your heart, and it connects with your heart and moves out your body through the back, and it wraps around this whole group, whether you're with us live or listening to the recording, until it connects into the back of you once again, making a full circle, creating the group heart for our work together. And see or feel now as the same 4 colored braid comes down through Karila, the new consciousness who will eventually take over from Mother Gaia. And she connects with your heart with this 4 colored braid. And Mother Gaia does also. She too receives this four-colored braid. It comes down and through her heart, and she connects directly with you and your heart. And here on the golden disc, if you looked behind you, you will see many beings of light. You will see angelic beings and ascended masters, whales and dolphins. You will see or feel the 100,000 Terra crystal angels. You will see or feel all of the alchemy and the star sphere beings, many beings of light. And we ask you now to travel to the same place you have gone on each of our sessions of the healing grid. So you are traveling to a place of nature in a country that begins with the first initial of your first name. And so Ana-La-Rai with an A is traveling to the Arctic. And we ask you to keep the same country that you have been. And some of you, you're in whatever country it was, you can write in again. And we will read them aloud. So the French Alps. So we assume the country is France, Sweden, Argentina, South Africa, Kenya, Chile, Jordan, Peru, another South Africa, Denmark, Madagascar, Ethiopia, Lebanon, New Caledonia, Switzerland, Eritrea, we are not sure where that is, 2 for Korea, Germany, Cambodia, Mexico, Brazil, Venezuela, Mongolia, the Arctic, the Antarctic. We know there were others that did Canada and the US. If you do not have a country, you may choose. If your country that you're going to choose is already taken, Vietnam, you may choose a different country. But we ask you to stay with the same country each time we are creating this healing grid. Beautiful, beloveds, beautiful. And as you travel there now on your golden disc, and your golden disc comes down into this place of nature, so you are not in a big city, you are in a place of nature. You might be by a river or an ocean, upon a mountain, in a field, a desert, a forest, a park. And as your feet touch the ground, we ask you to connect to the earth. You are not connecting to any grids, simply to the earth and to Gaia and Karila. And feel below your feet the first 3 weeks that we have already been sending the white threads through you and down into the earth below your feet for Mother Gaia and Karila to create. And we are going to do a combination today. So we ask you now to feel or sense or simply trust as we begin to flow the white threads of light from source down through your body. It will enter in the soul star chakra and come down the crown, and it will move through your body and down through your feet. We ask you to just allow it to move in out of you and into the earth below your feet. All you have to do is set your intention and say yes to this energy moving. And another shares they are in Aruba. Their country is Aruba. Beautiful. Just allow this white threads of light from source to flow down through you. And of course, these are benefiting you as individuals. They are benefiting you as individuals, but we are also going to start to run the diamond lights, the white, the pink, the golden, and the aqua. And the diamond lights carry the next code or the next wave of ascension energy. The white is the base diamond light. The pink supports the human physical body. The golden is for healing, and the aqua is to support your sovereignty. And just feel as these diamond lights flow through you. They are not going into the earth, they are coming only into you to support you. The angelic being on your golden disc is also supporting you, as is the ascended master and the whale or dolphin swimming around you. Just allow these diamond lights to support you. We remind you, you can call upon the diamond lights twice a day, up to 60 consecutive minutes. One of these times is always at bedtime, never when you are driving. And when they first started flowing onto your planet, the most you could bring in a day was 3 to 5 minutes. And now you can bring in up to 60 consecutive minutes twice a day. It will help you with the new frequencies and to remember who you are. It will help to raise your own vibration. And these white threads of light from source, not the diamond lights, continue to flow through you and down into the grids. And just allow, here in a place of nature, this country that you have continued to come to, the white threads of light are flowing through you and down your feet into the earth, not into any earth grids, simply into the earth. And just allow these white threads of light to move down through you. And these white threads of light are supporting you as well because they are a very high vibration. So they are bringing a high vibration into your physical body to assist you in your own awakening. And we are going to do another, we are just gauging the energy here. We are going to do 15 minutes in silence, and we are going to get rather intense with this download. If it is too much for you, you may ask us to individually, you may ask to have it buffered a little more so it is easier on you. And then we will begin the next part, the next step of the process. As these energies are downloading into this place of nature, we ask all of you who have not yet written in which country you are in. If you have not written it, please write which country you have been anchoring in, as we are just creating the next part as your download is happening. And the download continues, beloved ones. But we ask you, if you have not written in your country, please do so now. And in a few moments, we will move to step two. Step two in the creation of the angelic healing grid. So if you have not written in your country, and again, it is the same country you have gone to, and that is important piece, that you are going to the same country and same location. And if any of you do not have the ability to write in, if you wish to raise your hand, we will unmute you and you can tell us. Any of you that do not have the ability to write in, so we will unmute you. So Hannah, we are going to unmute you, and then Anna Chen. So Hannah, what country? You are unmuted. You will have to unmute yourself. *6 generally. And what country are you in, Hannah? But you have to be able to unmute yourself on your device. And we cannot tell you how to do that, other than we know *6 usually works. Ah, there we go. Go ahead, Hannah. You are unmuted, but we cannot hear you speak yet. Which country? We still cannot hear you. So we will ask you to write us at the alchemy email. And now we will thank you. And now we will unmute Anna. And you have to unmute yourself. And then we will do Tony. Yes,
Yeah, I chose Australia.
Australia. Beautiful. Thank you, beloved one. All
Thank you.
right. And now we come to Tony. And you are unmuted now. And you have to unmute yourself on your end now. Chan, Tony, if you can unmute on your end. Ah, there you go, beloved. And what country did you choose?
Thailand.
Thailand. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we will unmute Nimisha. And we ask you, there you go. You were unmuted. And what country did you choose?
Nepal.
Nepal. Thank you. Beautiful. And let us see if we've missed anyone. We think that is everyone. Thank you, beloveds. And so, some more of you have written in. And we also have Montenegro. We have Japan and Scotland. Beautiful. We have all of those. Thank you, beloved ones. Thank you. So we want you to still feel the energies running. And those of you that chose to be anchors, we remind you that to allow 5 minutes per day for the energies that are coming through you to be released into the earth. And we will ask you to be anchors for another week or two. And so we're looking at logistics here. And so we ask you, for those of you that are anchors, to raise your hand, that you agreed and have been an anchor, allowing the energy to flow through you daily and then once a day to release, because we need to mark them down. So, that is going to be hard because we cannot figure out what country you're. So let us do a different way. We are going to read out the countries If it is your country and you agreed to be an anchor, then raise your hand, because so we know. We are sorry for it is a little bit of logistics here. So is anyone here today that is doing the country Canada and is agreed? So we are putting your hands down till we call out your country. So if Canada is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. If the US is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. If Russia is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. Thank you. China. If China is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. Brazil, if is yours and you are an anchor, raise the hand. Thank you. And Australia, if it is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. And Sweden, if it is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. Thank you. And Argentina, if it is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. And you have been an anchor all along. It was something you had agreed at the beginning. Kenya, if Kenya is yours and you are an anchor. Chile, if it is yours and you are an anchor. Thank you. And the country of Jordan, if it is yours and you are an anchor, raise your hand. Thank you. Peru. Thank you. France. All right. And if you can't raise hands, you can write in. South Africa. If it is your country, yes, thank you. And Ethiopia. Beautiful. 2 for South Africa. And Ethiopia. Whose country is Ethiopia? If you are an anchor, raise your hand. Lebanon. If you are an anchor, it is your country and you are an anchor. Thank you. Germany. Thank you. Korea. We see Giselle, let us put your hand down. We are not sure where you are. Okay. If you have Korea, raise your hand. And Giselle, can you just let us know what country you are? And can you let us know what country you are, dear Giselle? Let us just see. You are Germany. Okay, beautiful. And Cambodia, if it is your country, and you are an anchor, raise your hand. And Mexico, if it is your country and you are an anchor, raise your hand. You can also, if you can't raise, yes, that is fine. Venezuela, if it is your country and you are an anchor, raise your hand. Yes, thank you, Vincent. And Aruba, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Thank you, Ali. And Mongolia, if it is your country and you're an anchor. Vietnam. Thank you. Thank you, Valerie. Eritrea, if it is 2 of you, beautiful. Eritrea, if it is your country and you're an anchor, raise your hand. And New Caledonia, if it is your country and you're an anchor. Thank you. Madagascar, if it is your country and you're an anchor. Denmark, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Switzerland. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. England, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Thank you. Joanne, thank you. And Colombia, if it is your country and thank you. Thailand, if it is your country and you are an anchor. And Scotland, if it is your country, we think a few of you went to Scotland and it is your country. Thank you. Scotland. Thailand, we got. Thank you, Tony. And Scotland, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Guyana, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Thank you, Greg. And we don't think, some of these we don't think anyone has, but Singapore, New Zealand, India, Nepal, if it is your country and you are an anchor. If Nepal is your country and you are an anchor. All right. And I just thought we saw that one. Turkey, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Israel, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Egypt, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Spain, the Maldives. Montenegro, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Japan, if it is your country and you are an anchor. Beautiful, beautiful. And yes, we know that some occasionally some people miss one day or for your 5 minutes. Do not worry. It is that most of the time, and we thank you, Ellen and Carol, Natalia. We are not sure where your country is. We can't read that, and if you are an anchor or not. Beautiful. Is there anyone whose country we didn't call that is an anchor? Cambodia, and you are an anchor. And Carol, Natalia, are you an anchor? And what we are doing is there is going to be, thank you, a combination of human anchors and angelic anchors. And this is why we needed to ask you. This is why we needed to ask you. And those of you that are anchors are listening to this as a recording, please write into us your country and that you are an anchor for, so we can add them to our list. And you might have heard your country called and you are an anchor. And it is fine if you are not, but we only want to know, we want to know countries that you have been going to if you are listening to this as a recording, and if you are an anchor. And so Ellen, we thank you. Because what we are going to do is we are going to ask you to continue to be an anchor in these countries, those of you who already are, and we are going to put angelic beings in the other places, and we are going to then start the grid work. So what we are going to do now is call forth, and we ask you all to continue to allow the white threads to come through you. And thank you, Amelia. We had not received that. So Eritrea, that is beautiful. Eritrea, you are the anchor there. Beautiful. Thank you. And so, and whoever has the countries of Canada and United States and China, we do not know if you are anchors because we don't think you are here today. And so please write in. If we are in doubt, so today, because we don't know all of them, not everyone is on with us live, there may be a human and an angelic being anchor in some places, and that is perfect too. So see or feel now. And there are some places that we are going to put angels and humans. So see or feel now as Ana-La-Rai is in the Arctic and Christian is in the Antarctic, and an angelic being come down with each of them. And for Ana-La-Rai and Christian, the angelic beings connect to their hearts into the same location. And it is as though, beloved ones, so yes, there will be an angel with each of you. We are deciding as we go. So it is as though you are taking, and it is a bad example, but it is though the angel will be like being tapped down into the earth to be the anchor. So if it is as though the earth is wood and you are the hammer and the angel is a little bit of a nail, don't worry, they are not being hurt. They are being tapped down into the earth grid, straight into the earth, their energy, and you are still with your feet on the surface. So an angelic being, but for the Arctic and Antarctic only, they have merged their heart fields. Ana-La-Rai and the angel and Christian and the angel have merged their heart fields. And the angels have gone into the energy of the Arctic, down into the surface and the Arctic. And feel now, whoever has Russia, as the angel comes down, and stays with you, and they move right down into the earth. So if you want a funny visual, it is like the angel's head is still sticking out, and the rest of their huge bodies of light and wings are in the earth, and they are bringing that energy in. And don't worry, they are not hurt. They are all having fun with this. And so the next country we do is Brazil. We are going to have to move a little quickly here. And so if it is your country and you're the anchor, we ask you to see or feel or imagine. In Australia now, it is coming down. The angel is moving into the earth in front of you. And in Sweden, the angels, or angels, if there is more than one anchor, is moving down into the earth in front of you. And in Kenya, and in Chile, and in Jordan, the angels are in front of you, and they are moving down into the earth. You can still see them, their heads, they are looking at you. You are both still bringing the energy in. In Peru, and in South Africa, in Ethiopia, and Lebanon, in Germany, and in Korea, in Cambodia, and in Venezuela, in Aruba, and in Vietnam, in Eritrea, and New Caledonia. The angel comes in front of you and moves down into the earth. They are like buried in the earth. They are fine. Switzerland, and England, Colombia, and Thailand, Guyana. See or feel as that angel comes down in front of you, and Montenegro. And those of you listening to the recording who have agreed to be in an anchor in the country, just know that it is happening for you as well. We are going to call the other countries that we have right now, that we don't know if there is a human anchor or not. We do not know if there is a human anchor, but an angel is coming down in the following places: in a place of nature, as the white light still continues to flow to you: Canada, United States, China, Argentina, France, Mexico, Mongolia, Madagascar, Denmark, Scotland, Singapore, New Zealand, India, Nepal, Turkey, Israel, Egypt, Spain, the Maldives, Japan, and see or feel as these huge angelic beings come down into these spaces, some with you in front of you if you are an anchor. Others of you that are not an anchor and are still in the place of nature, you may actually see the angelic being coming in. And all of you that are anchors, feel now as the angel sends a thread of light and connects with your heart. So you are going to be connected to the angel. It is different than Ana-La-Rai and Christian, but you are receiving a thread of light from the angelic being. So the two of you are connected. Ana-La-Rai and Christian is a little more of a full merge. And so for this next week, the energies, the white threads of light will continue to flow to all of these places, to the angelic being anchored into the earth, and to the human anchors that are releasing the energy once a day for 5 minutes as we continue to build the reservoir so that next week, in the beginning of June, next week on June 4th at Ana-La-Rai's 4 p.m., we will be creating the angelic healing grid, the next step in it. So right now, it is like you have all these anchors, humans across the planet, standing on the surface, and you have angelic beings. We are adding one more. We are also adding one to Greenland. To Greenland. And all of these places have angels anchored into the earth energies, receiving and bringing forth these white threads of light. And next week, we will do part 5, the next step in this creating this angelic healing grid. We thank each of you for being with us this week, and we thank you deeply for those who are being anchors and supporting this. All of you are supporting it. But before we go, we want to mention one other thing for Ana-La-Rai here. And we want to remind you that this week she is in a very beautiful summit the Conscious Leader Global Event with Daniel Rama Hoffman, and all of these beautiful speakers. It is day 2, and you can still register and receive all the free gifts. And Ana-La-Rai speaks on the final day, but there are many beautiful speakers that will help you and focus you on purpose and expanding your consciousness. And so we recommend and invite you to join some of this. Should you have the time and desire. And Ana-La-Rai shares with us that you can find the link both on her website and on her Sparkles of Love or her Ana-La-Rai Facebook pages. And so, beloved ones, we thank you deeply and look forward to seeing you next week as we bring forth the next step in the creation of the angelic healing grid based on the energies coming onto your planet, and that we are still holding open the gathering energies from April until May, until our gathering in September. We are the alchemy. Thanks, everybody, and thank you for all the anchors, and all of you are just coming and helping bring the energy in. And if you're having any experiences, let me know. And those of you listening to the recording, please write us at thealchemy88@gmail.com and let us know if you're an anchor, and everyone to let us know what country you're in. Okay? Thank you. Have a great week. Bye for now. Ground crew will meet right after.